Hey everyone, today we're gathered here to check out the differences between the three pencils that come in the three different 520 pencil sets. Not too long ago, I did a video on the differences and comparisons between the two 520 sets that have been out for a while. And of course, as soon as I do that video, they come out with another 520 set. Color this time came out with a 520 set. There's actually a fourth 520 set out there. I did talk about it a little in the other video, so I don't really count that one. We're going to stick to saying there's three different 520 piece pencil sets. We've got one that I refer to as student grade, just pulled one color of each. So this is what I call the student grade set. This one is by Brutfuner, and they just have numbers and no names. And then we have another one by Brutfuner. This one is what I call the flower box set pencils. These do have color names and color numbers, although the numbers are very difficult to see. And then we finally have our third 520 set come out now, and these are by Color. These have color names. They have light fast ratings. Whether you believe that or not is totally up to you. And they also have numbers. So we're just gonna take a look at the physical differences. I'm not gonna go through if they have the same colors or not. I did try and figure that out with the two Brutfuner sets, and my conclusion was I think they most likely do have a lot of similar colors in there, but I'm not 100% certain that they are all exactly the same, just because I found some variations in the neon colors that they had in both sets. So if you want to get a little bit more insight on that, you can watch that video. And I'm going to start with core size, because I think that might be the biggest difference between all of these pencils, in my opinion. So let's start with the smallest core, and that is the student grade Brutfuner pencil. Now this one has a 3.0 millimeter core. And we'll do the next biggest core. That is the Color set. The Colors have a 3.3 millimeter core. And then finally, the largest of the three cores is the flower box set, and this one has a 3.8 millimeter core, according to listings. So this one has a 3.8. We got 3.3, and then we have 3.0. This is, we'll say basic, BB, we'll say Brutfuner basic. And Color, and then we have BF, Brutfuner flower box set. So in my opinion, now this is just my opinion, the way these are in order here, that's exactly how I would place them quality-wise, according to my own personal preferences and opinions. The basic ones, the student grade ones, are a little bit crumblier. You can tell that they're not as well made, but they're a nice pencil. There's nothing wrong with them. You probably have this set at home. Maybe if you don't even know it, you might have it listed under a different brand name, like Shuttle Art, or I don't know, a whole slew of different brands package these Brutfuner basic pencils under different brand names. So that one, I think, everyone is most familiar with, whether they know it or not. And then the Color is the same as the 240 set, which I did do a review on the 240 set, and I did a review on the 300 set. So the 520 set is just the same pencil as those sets, with an additional 220 colors. I did take a peek at Corey's video she did over the weekend. She just did like a marathon 4-hour stream swatching that whole entire 520 set. If you haven't watched that and you're interested in getting a peek at what the new colors are, definitely go check it out. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I felt bad, but I was like, oh, I can't do it. So I tried to just take a peek at what the new colors were, and it seems like it might be a lot of extra metallics and neons, which is not something that I'm personally really interested for coloring. I don't really use them that often, maybe neons a little bit. And it looked like maybe some more grays and muted tones, but I'm not 100%. If anybody swatched that set out personally themselves, and you could take a picture of the additional, like the last couple of pages of that swatch chart, I would love it if you would email me and send me a picture just to show me what the new colors look like. That's really what I'm interested in, basically, for that set. And then you have the Brut Fruner Flower Box set, which I think is my favorite because it's a softer, a little bit more blendable, I know for sure for this one. So I find that the color kind of falls in between these two sets. So it's really basically personal preference. And for me, it's the flower boxes all the way. So I hope that was a little bit helpful for you guys in making a decision if you even want to have any of these 520 sets. If I had to choose, knowing what I know now, I would choose the flower box set. I will link all of these down below in my description box so you can check them out. I think the Color 520 has a 10% off coupon right now, and they're $129.99. The flower boxes, last time I checked, are also $129.99, I think. And they might have, or maybe they're $120, something like that. I know they're cheaper than the Color pencils, I think. But they usually have some kind of coupon, like a $20 off coupon or something. And the student grade basic ones, I think, are usually around $80 on Amazon right now. I think they're a little bit cheaper on Temu. So if you're interested in seeing my other reviews I've done on Brut Funers and Colors, I actually put them all together into one playlist today because I had some questions. People were asking me questions about it, and there is a lot of confusion about these sets. I understand it, the confusion, because it is a lot of different sets, and some of them are the same as other brands, some of them are different. A lot of people will normally assume like a Prismacolor, everything, Prismacolor is a Prismacolor, you know, it's just one kind of pencil. Polychromos is a Polychromos. Even Castle Art is basically Castle Art, except now they have the Castle Art Gold, but they do kind of make the distinction between those two, so it's a little bit easier. These budget brands of pencils, they just want to sell you some pencils. They don't really put that much thought into it, in my opinion. So if they want to sell something that's already made, they'll sell it to you. Like Color, I think it's getting a little bit more into less white labeling and more private labeling. Those are two different kinds of things. And then you have like there's another third element of wholesale sellers buying up these pencils and just selling them under different brand names and not even changing the packaging. So a lot of stuff going on behind these pencil brands, selling and marketing everything, but just basically wanted to go through these 3 520 sets in particular in this video. It can get really complicated, and I know most of us just want to grab a pencil and color. So hopefully that sheds some light, a little bit of light, onto the differences between those 3 sets in particular, at least. So I hope you guys all have a really great rest of your day. Happy coloring, and I'll see you next time.